What's up everybody, it's Suman and welcome back to Banking Beyond. Are you tired of your savings account collecting dust? I mean, you're putting money aside every month, which is awesome, but it's just sitting there, barely growing. You see that number barely budge and you're thinking, there's gotta be a better way. Well, guess what? There is. And that's what we're diving into today. We're going to unlock the power of high-interest accounts. Your money deserves to be out there working just as hard as you are. This isn't about getting rich quick, it's about making your money work smarter, not harder. So, if you're ready to finally see your savings climb and actually grow at a rate that gets you excited, then stick around. I've got 10 powerful strategies that will transform the way you save. Let's do this. Alright, let's kick things off with the golden rule of maximizing your savings. Always, and I mean always, compare interest rates. Think of it like shopping for anything else. You wouldn't just buy the first pair of shoes you see without checking the price tag at a few other stores, right? The same goes for your money. Different banks and credit unions offer drastically different interest rates, and we're not talking about tiny, insignificant differences here. We're talking about potentially earning double, triple, or even more on your savings compared to what you're getting now. There are tons of websites and apps out there that do the heavy lifting for you. Sites like Bankrate, NerdWallet, and DepositAccounts.com let you compare rates from a ton of different institutions side by side, so you can easily see who's offering the best deals. Spend a few minutes doing your research. Your future self will thank you. Let's face it, we all love a good deal, right? Well, the banking world is no different. Banks are constantly vying for your business, and one of their favorite ways to lure you in is with enticing introductory offers. Now, these offers can come in different shapes and sizes. Some might offer a crazy high interest rate for a limited time, while others might give you a sign-up bonus for depositing a certain amount. The key here is to be a savvy shopper and capitalize on these promotions. But here's the catch: always read the fine print. Introductory offers are often temporary, meaning that sky-high interest rate might plummet back down to earth after a few months. Make sure the account still makes sense for you in the long run, even after the introductory period expires. Okay folks, let's talk about those pesky fees because, let's be real, they're everywhere. And the worst part? They can silently chip away at your hard-earned savings without you even realizing it. Don't fall into that trap. Before you hit that open account button, make sure you understand exactly what you're signing up for. Pay close attention to things like monthly maintenance fees, minimum balance requirements, excessive transaction fees, or even inactivity fees. These might seem small at first, but trust me, they can add up over time and eat into your earnings. Look for accounts that are truly fee-friendly, meaning they have minimal or even better, no monthly fees, low or no minimum balance requirements, and reasonable transaction limits. Chapter 4. Automate your savings like a boss. Let's be honest, we're all busy, right? We have a million things going on, and sometimes saving money can fall to the bottom of our to-do list. But what if I told you there's a way to save consistently without even lifting a finger? Enter the magical world of automation. This is one of the most powerful tools in your financial arsenal, and it's surprisingly easy to set up. Most banks allow you to set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account. Think of it like this: you get paid on Friday, and like clockwork, a predetermined amount of money automatically gets whisked away to your savings account. The beauty of this is that you don't even have to think about it. It's like setting your savings on autopilot. Chapter 5. Embrace the power of online banks. Okay, let's talk about a game changer in the world of high-interest accounts: online banks. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't it risky to keep my money with a bank that doesn't even have physical branches? And yeah, I get it, but trust me on this one. Online banks have exploded in popularity in recent years, and for good reason. Because they don't have the overhead costs of traditional brick-and-mortar branches, they can afford to offer significantly higher interest rates on their savings accounts. Plus, let's be real. When was the last time you actually stepped foot inside a bank branch? With online banks, everything can be done from the comfort of your couch, using their user-friendly websites and mobile apps. It's banking made for the digital age, and it can be a fantastic way to earn more interest on your savings. Chapter 6. Build your savings ladder to success. Let's talk about goals for a second. You've got short-term goals like building an emergency fund or saving for a down payment on a car, And then, you've got long-term goals like planning for retirement or your dream vacation. Well, guess what? There's a savings strategy that can help you tackle all of them, the savings ladder. Imagine this. You have multiple high-yield savings accounts, each with a different interest rate and maturity term. Your short-term savings goals, like that emergency fund, go into accounts with the highest interest rates, even if they have shorter maturity terms. Now, for your long-term goals, you can afford to be a bit more patient. This is where fixed deposits or certificates of deposit, often called CDs, come in. Alright, let's talk about one of the most powerful forces in finance: compound interest. Albert Einstein famously called it the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. Compound interest is essentially interest earned on interest. Imagine you invest $1,000 in an account that earns a 5% annual interest rate. At the end of the first year, you'd have earned $50 in interest. But here's where the magic happens. In the second year, you're not just earning interest on your original $1,000, you're earning interest on $1,050. The longer you leave your money untouched, the more powerful this compounding effect becomes. Okay, let's get real for a second. If you want to maximize your savings, you need to know where your money is going. And I'm not talking about having a vague idea, I'm talking about getting granular, down to the cent tracking. Because let's face it, sometimes those small, seemingly insignificant expenses can add up to a significant chunk of change at the end of the month. That's where budgeting apps come in. These apps have become absolute game changers for managing your finances and understanding your spending habits. You can set spending limits for different categories, track your progress towards your savings goals, and even get personalized insights and recommendations on how to save more. Alright, you've done it. You've opened a high-yield savings account, you're diligently automating your savings, and you're watching your balance grow. But then disaster strikes. You see something you really want, or an unexpected expense pops up, and you're tempted to dip into your savings. Resist the urge. I know it's easier said than done, but remember, those savings are there for a reason. They're your financial safety net, your ticket to achieving your goals. Every time you withdraw from your savings, you're not just taking out money, you're taking out the potential interest that money could have earned. Now, I'm not saying you should never touch your savings. Emergencies happen, and sometimes you need to access those funds. Let's talk about a sneaky little thing called inflation. You've probably heard of it, but what does it actually mean for your savings? In simple terms, inflation is the rate at which prices for goods and services increase over time. So something that cost $100 last year might cost $103 this year. If your savings are earning a 2% interest rate, but inflation is running at 3%, your money is actually losing value over time. That's why it's crucial to choose savings accounts that offer interest rates that outpace inflation. By earning a higher interest rate, you're essentially staying ahead of the inflation curve and ensuring that your money maintains its value over time. And there you have it, folks. 10 powerful strategies to maximize your savings with high-interest accounts. Remember, every dollar counts when it comes to building a brighter financial future. Start small, stay consistent, and let the magic of compound interest work its wonders. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Banking Beyond for more financial tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.